Hi guys, Happy New Year's. Today I thought I would share with you my New Year's resolutions because I actually make New Year's resolutions every year and I stick to probably about half of them. I definitely wouldn't say that I stick to all of them, but I know a lot of people are anti-New Year's resolutions and I am definitely not one of those people. Yes, I do believe and understand that you can make resolutions any time of year and you should not limit yourself to the New Year's. And you know what? I don't limit myself to the New Year's, but I still use that incentive of like starting off clean on a new year to resolve to be better. And I don't even focus on the fact of whether or not I'm going to stick to it throughout the year because as far as I'm concerned, even if I'm only doing something for 2 to 3 weeks, even if I only last a month, I might last 2 months, like that is better than doing nothing at all. So I always make resolutions and, I try my best to stick to them. Some of them I do, some of them I don't, but doing something is always better than doing nothing. So for resolutions, what I do every year is, and every year obviously my planner changes, but there's always like, every planner I've ever had has always had like kind of like blank kind of pages towards the back. So what I always do is I just kind of create kind of like a vision board. But obviously it's not a board, it's like in my planner of things that I want to focus on and achieve for the year. And I like having it in my planner because a planner or a diary is something that you pick up throughout the year. I don't tend to actually use my planner every single day. I go through phases with my planner, but it is something that I will pick up throughout the year. And I always go back and I look at what my resolutions were and I kind of check myself and I see, what am I staying on top of and what am I not staying on top of? Do I need to like look back and work on something more, or was something else just a ridiculous resolution to make anyway and it's never gonna happen? That kind of thing. But I really like this method of doing it, so I thought I'd show you guys. But going into my actual resolutions, well, I'll start with one for this channel. I want to try and post, not try, I want to post 2 to 3 times a week. I was doing that for like a good little chunk of time last year, but I definitely fell off towards the end of the year with the holidays. Things just got busier and it was hard to post all the time. The hardest thing is not the posting. The hardest thing for me is the filming, because I have to find pockets of time where either my husband has my daughter, he is currently walking her outside, or she is calm enough to let me film without her being too much of a distraction. So right now I want to just make that kind of like one of my priorities because is making YouTube videos really a priority in my life for like day to day? Not necessarily, except like I feel good when I post YouTube videos. I know that sounds stupid, but it makes me feel like productive in a way beyond just being a stay-at-home mother. I am not putting down being a stay-at-home mom. It is something that is really important to me and I value it immensely. But it's nice to do something beyond like the day-to-day household stuff. Like this is something that's completely separate, that it's not part of my identity. I don't know how to say it. It's just something that I do beyond this life of mine. So I enjoy making YouTube videos. And then the biggest section of my resolutions, and I think it's the biggest section for a lot of people's resolutions, is like self-care kind of things. So the most obvious one is exercise, right? So to start off, I do actually have a plan for how I want to fit exercise into my routine, because with a toddler, it is hard. I know moms that do it, but for me, the moms that have done it, that I know, they do it in ways that wouldn't work for me and how my relationship with Riley is. Like just exercising in a room with her in it, that has not worked for me. I've tried. I was able to do it for a short period of time when she was younger, and I could sit her in her little bouncer chair for a little bit, and even that I can only get small pockets of time. But now that she runs around, like it just doesn't work. So for my plan specifically, the one thing I can do, even if she's in the room, is squats. So a few years back, quite a few years back, I used to do 100 squats a day. I want to go back into that because 100 squats a day is something that I can do. Like, that is something that's easy. It doesn't take a lot of time, and it doesn't matter if Riley's running around like a crazy person. Like, it's achievable. One of the other things I want to do is run 1 time a week, and that is easy in the sense that it's just once a week. So I know it doesn't sound like a crazy resolution, but for me, it'll be achievable because my husband and I, sorry, I just got interrupted by a phone call and I am filming on my phone, so that definitely stopped the camera from recording. But I was talking about how I can achieve running 1 time a week. So my husband and he just paid to allow us access to using a running track. And yes, I could just run outside without a track, but the reality is I've said I would do that and I just don't do that. Whereas going to the track, the thing that works with that for us is that we can go together, have Riley in the stroller. Hopefully she'll be napping. She takes really long naps in the stroller, so that should not be a problem. But basically, and this is something that we've done before, is when we're on a track, we can both exercise at the same time. And even though we're at completely different levels of our fitness, we're like close to each other and by each other. And the thing is he can be walking Riley and keeping her asleep, or even running with her, or vice versa, while the other one is exercising. So that's just something that works for us and enables us to also be parents at the same time. And why just once a week is just because I know we're not going to have time to do it more than that. So as a resolution, like 1 time a week for me, like that is good, and I feel like it's really achievable. And he has plans to try and meet up with his friends once a week for training as well. So I'd like to tag along for that. Don't really know if I'll be welcome, but regardless, we'll go on our own when Riley's nap coincides with when he's home. So that is how I plan to get in running. I would like to figure out a way to do yoga 1 time a week, but that would have, at this moment in time, that would have to be when Duncan has Riley out for a walk and I don't have any other priorities on top of it. So I just need to think about that more to figure out how I can fit that in, but I really do want to fit that in because I really feel good when I do yoga. But for me, like, doing shorter yoga sequences just don't feel as good for me. I really like to do like 1.5-hour yoga sessions. And I can do them at home, no problem, just following videos. But like I said, like I don't get that same like feel goodness from just doing like a quick 20-30 minute yoga workout. I almost feel like it's the opposite of what yoga is. Like, it's like a meditation. So I personally like to have like a nice chunk of time to do it, or else it just doesn't feel as beneficial to me. And then one of the other things is I have like a weighted, like a really heavy weighted like hula hoop that's got like magnets in it. It's like this Asian thing that my mom got. And that's in the garage currently, but I would like to get to using that, but that would also have to be when Riley's not around, because it would be dangerous to hula hoop with her around, because like I said, it's weighted and it's got like bumps on it, so if that hit her, that could be really bad. And also I've got a rebounder, so you know, doing that for like 5 to 10 minutes a day would be really nice, which I'm currently not, just because every time I pull it out, Riley wants to get on it. So I really just need to make my husband watch her more so I can do these things. Ha ha ha. You're gonna have a fun year, Duncan. So another self-care thing that I want to get back into is some self-massage that I was doing regularly before I got pregnant, and then I had to stop it when I got pregnant because it's not considered safe to do when you're pregnant, as far as I know. And I just have never been able to get it back into my routine since having Riley, even though it only takes a few minutes out of each day. So the first massage that I want to get back into doing is a intestinal massage that is really great for your digestion. And when I say it's good for your digestion, I mean, like, when I first started doing this, I literally had like old built up decaying food, aka poop, coming out of me. And it wasn't just like me, like my husband did it, he had the same thing, and we had a few friends try it out, and they had the same experience. It's just like, it's a really great massage. And you would know it was like older because it would be like, sorry, this is TMI. If you guys don't like poop top, just sound out for the next minute or whatever. It would be like smaller pieces of poop and they would be like harder, as if they were like plaque lining the intestines, and they would have like a heavier smell of like just old stuff. And like once that kind of passed through my system, then I was just having like really nice regular bowel movements, which as a vegan you already tend to have, but just seeing like the old stuff that came out really made it obviously worth it. And now I haven't done it for nearly 2 years, since Riley's like a year old, and then actually it's been just about 2 years since I've done it, because I found out I was pregnant 2 years ago in just a couple weeks. Well, actually maybe it's like a month from now. So it's been like a year and 11 months since I've done it. And so I imagine that maybe some buildup has occurred again since I haven't been doing the massage. And then another massage that I like to do is a uterine massage. I know that sounds weird, but it's literally a massage that you do over your uterus area. And it's just to help promote general health and blood flow. But one of the other things it can do is it can help to correct a prolapse, which I'm fairly certain I got a prolapse after having Riley. And I just haven't been able to do the massage, even though it's like really quick and easy. I just haven't gotten in a good routine of doing it again. So that is another one of my goals. Also, before I had her, like just before I had her, I only did it once, but I meant to be doing it, every month, is a yoni steam or a vaginal steam. And this is something that you do with your cycle. I don't actually have my cycle yet from breastfeeding, but I want to start doing the steams again anyway on a monthly basis. And it's safe to do as long as you're not pregnant. It's just really good for the woman's reproductive system. And the one time I got to do it, like, I just felt so amazing and like light and wonderful. It just felt great. The reason why I never did it again after that was because I got pregnant like right after I had done it. So you don't do it. Obviously, you don't steam your hoo-ha when you've got a baby brewing in there. It could be very dangerous for a developing new baby. So that's something else I want to get back into. And like I said, like with the prolapse and everything, I need to get on doing Kegels, because let me tell you, mama be wetting her panties sometimes. Another TMI thing. Not like horribly, but like I do like have little spurts every now and again, and it's horrible. Like, I have a 14-month-old, like saying it was from birth, like birthing her, like that's an old excuse. Like, maybe it would have worked like the first couple months after having a baby, but I need to take care of myself. So those are like my major resolutions that I really want to stick to. I'm just gonna like read through some other ones quickly without as much of an explanation, because I don't think they need huge explanations. Sorry. I'd like to read at least one book a month. I'll most likely read more than that, but I go in and out of reading as well. So just having a goal to like read a book a month, I think is nice for me. Drink 2 to 3 liters of water a day. Something I already tried to do, but I always like to put it on there because it is easy to get out of that habit. Make my hubby feel special. That's something I always like try to stay mindful of, even though it's easy to just be a grumps instead. Let's be real. I want to no fast fashion purchases. So this is something that I have been mindful of for the past few months, but I definitely want to try to get through this whole year without any fast fashion purchases. So the past few months I have been successful at not buying anything fast fashion with the exception of baby clothes. So I'm just talking about for myself, because with the baby clothes, like I don't even know how to like get around that with baby clothes, because I just, you know, I don't have money to like be buying expensive baby clothes. Yes, I know there are secondhand stores, shops. I've been in them. I have not had any luck with any of the charity shops in our area that I've been into. I think they just don't have good stuff, and I'm picky. But for myself, no fast fashion purchases. So A, it's nice because I've just been buying less and spending less. And then B, the stuff that I am buying has been a lot better quality because it's like organic, fair trade, you know, it's made with like positive intentions basically when it's done that way, in my opinion. So I definitely want to get through the entire year without, you know, just continuing to stay away from that. I want to try and make fresh bread at home at least one time a month. Once a month, that doesn't sound like a big deal, but the big thing is just to get into that habit of starting to do it. I feel like once I do it, I can actually do it a lot more often, but I'm just saying once a month to get me to do it. If I say I'm going to do it more often, I probably won't. In the summer, I want to garden. I don't actually like gardening, but Dunks loves it, and I think with Riley, it would be nice to be outside in the garden, and I can like, you know, tend to the garden a little bit while she's playing. That would be lovely. Along the same theme, I just want to have more plants in general inside the house. We do keep plants inside our house, but I want to have more. I think it's great for air quality, and like cleaning, you know, it like literally cleans the air. There's like plants that are like rated for improving the air that you're breathing. That's pretty much everything that I am going to share. I mean, if you guys want to be cheeky, you can screenshot and look at it, but it's not that interesting. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed and have a great year.